Hi, and welcome back to another edition of Let's Talk Ghosts. We do have our AC running in the background because it's 9,000 degrees outside, and we're not turning it off, so hopefully it's not going to be too problematic. The dogs are all sleeping because it's hot. So, as we were tooling around YouTube, we did find something that we thought might be interesting. It's by a group called Proving Demons, and the video that we saw was their latest one, and it's called The Scariest Video I've Ever Recorded and Almost Quit the Show. So we're thinking, yay, demons, ghosts, something. No. First of all, I'm going to preface this by saying it started out pretty decent. The guy was visibly shaken up. Well, no credits. But anyway, I don't know who they are, so I don't know what to say. Anyway, the guy was visibly shaken up over what had transpired. And so he said it wasn't his normal beginning of the episode. So he talked very briefly about what had transpired, said it was really bad. And then he moved in to show the real intro where he and his spouse are talking in their home.
Too much yabby yabby.
There was a lot of chit chat, that's true.
And none of it relevant.
And none of it was really relevant. They did say that they were bringing two new people who'd never ghost hunted before. And so I thought, okay, that's always interesting, taking them on a demon hunt. But okay. While they were in the car driving to the site, I thought he gave them some really good information. Don't run, which is never something smart to do because you couldn't get yourself hurt by running, tripping over something, falling into a hole or something, which is like foreshadowing. Call out if you see or hear anything, all that kind of thing that is really important to know.
Yeah.
So I thought that was all relatively good. And I wondered at first why he didn't want to go there until just before dark. And then we figured it out.
They were sneaking in.
They were trespassing. They skirted around a great big locked fence that clearly intended to say no. They commented on video surveillance cameras that weren't turned on, and somehow he knew that. And then they went up this side road that was not used very much. They skirted around these bus, what do you call those things? Things so that you have to go around, you can't go through. Barricades, that's it, barricades. So they skirted through these barricades and then up this very untraveled lane, I guess.
Yes.
And then when they got closer, then they were able to turn on the flashlights, which they called them torches because they're in England. At least that's what we figure. So he gets to the site that he says is insanely haunted. Doesn't tell us what the name of the site is or anything. No. We don't know where we are, but we sort of figure it's probably a hospital or something. I'm still not sure what it was. It could have been...
I don't know.
A school or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. But anyway, they get to the main entrance that they're going in, and the glass has all been broken, but you can see where it is chained and padlocked, so you're not supposed to go in, but they go in anyway. They go in under the glass.
I hate trespassing.
I don't like trespassing, but sometimes there's a real reason for saying no trespassing. And this one was truly safety.
Yeah.
There were holes in the floor. They were skirting around the edges so they didn't fall into the basement.
Yeah.
And glass everywhere. You could see where it's been broken into. Graffiti everywhere. But it is very, very decrepit. I mean, walls falling down, ceilings falling down, the floor. I would have been scared. I would have been scared there.
And not from the ghost because there was no ghost.
I don't think there was. Yeah, I don't even think they had time to we'll get there. But it was just so unsafe, so very physically unsafe. You're in the dark, and there's holes in the floor, big holes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. They are using a different form of a novelist called an Alice. That was interesting. I hadn't seen. I've never heard of that. And he again was very good at explaining how it worked to these newbies. You know how sometimes it just spits out random words. Sometimes it's relevant, and you have to pick and choose. This guy obviously knows his stuff. At least it sounds well. He knows the technical stuff. Let's put it that way. The technical stuff. Yeah. Because in the middle of his investigation, he lights up a cigarette.
Yeah.
What in the ever-loving
fuck were you doing?
First, if you're smoking, that's going to, first of all, put smoke tendrils in the air, which blocks stuff. And your sense of smell is now impeded.
Yeah.
Because you've got cigarette smell everywhere.
Yeah.
Is that your smoke, or is that the ghost smoke? Or is that somebody that's coming towards you that you're hiding from smoke?
Yeah.
Like, you don't know now. If that really did it for me. It's like, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? So I really wasn't happy. They claimed to have gotten a couple of EVPs. One was "Don't mess with me," which I didn't hear a thing.
I didn't hear it.
And he's convinced it was "Don't mess with me," and he's showing it, listening to his voice recorder, listening to the other people who are going, "Oh yeah, there it is." No, it wasn't.
No.
I think when you say what it is, when it's that faint, if it's that faint.
Yeah.
People are going to say, oh, yeah, they hear it, because now they're listening for those very same words or those very same syllables. It doesn't mean they're actually hearing it. They're hearing what they are being programmed to hear, which is pretty bad. There was one other one that said, "Found me." I did hear that one. Found you. And I don't think it was the spirits that found them. I think it was security outside.
Yeah.
So they spent the rest of this video hiding and running.
Get out of the
building. Trying to get out of the building without flashlights, mostly, because security was. They think they're security. I suspect it was probably security.
Well, 3 guys.
3 guys. Yeah. Well, we don't even know that at the time, but he said that afterwards. But they're running now for a site like that, where obviously there's been gang activity and stuff. I would not be a single security guard going there looking either, because you don't know what you're going into. They wouldn't know what they're going into, so they're going to go with a team. Probably, the security from that other side of the other side of the road where there was actual buildings, and not the side that was decrepit, that's closed and locked from. Oh man.
But
and then they got lost as they went running from the building into the woods. They're lost in the woods. Like truly bushwhacking through the woods, lost, and then panicking.
Yeah.
Like you hear the heavy breathing, they're screaming at each other, yelling, they're running, scared shitless, absolutely scared shitless. You hear the wife, the woman, saying, "Get the map out, get the map out." Like they really didn't know where they were. And then after all this running, and yet you don't see anything because the camera's blacked out, but you hear it all.
Yeah.
And you hear the panic in the man's voice, because he's supposed to be the lead investigator, so he's responsible for everybody else. And the cursing and swearing because they're lost and scared and terrified. When they finally make their way back to the car, message pops up on the screen how he had to put his camera down so that they could run. He had to be ready to fight just in case, and really, apparently they called the police because they were being chased off of private property by 3 men. So
it's just
This one, where it says the scariest video I've ever made was not about ghosts, spirits, demons, anything paranormal. It was because they were doing something illegal and they nearly got caught.
Yeah.
This prime example of what not to do.
Yeah.
Now, he did say at the very end, he was talking about when he's sitting home safe in his house, how, he's been doing this for 7 years and this has never happened. He always feared it would. Which leads me to think that they've done this before, broken into other places before, trespassed before. If you want to take things seriously and be taken as a serious paranormal investigator / ghost hunter, don't do this.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
You make the whole field look bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is 38 minutes I'll never get back. I don't know if I won't. I won't watch these guys again.
No.
I was very disappointed. Appalled.
Yeah.
I can't even believe that they would show this. Why would they show this?
Yeah.
I would be embarrassed to show this video.
Yeah.
I can't believe we watched it. And I watched it all because I wanted to see how it was going to end. I'd like to have seen them, maybe chastised by security or something.
Yeah.
But, running and, wow. Just wow.
And smoking on an investigation.
Oh, my God. And you made a point as we were watching it.
Yeah.
That this is a decrepit old place, tinder dry.
Tinder dry,
Like, holy
and I'm
shit.
going to ash out my fucking cigarette on this moldy floor, and hopefully the building doesn't catch on fire.
Mm. Yeah. Wow.
What's next? Yeah. Drinking beer?
Yeah. We let somebody go from our team who was drunk before an
drinking
investigation.
beer.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, you can't have your senses.
Yeah.
You have to have your wits about you.
Yeah.
And you can't, anything like smoking, heavy perfumes, anything like that, you can't because it affects your senses, your
smell.
ability to tell what's real and what isn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You got to smoke. You smoke before you start your investigation, and you wait till the end.
Until the end, to light up and whatever. Cause I used to be a smoker, so you do that.
Yeah, just wow. I am really saddened.
Second video that we've reviewed on not what to do.
This is the second one now that we've seen about people trespassing.
Yeah.
And
trespassing, doing stupid fucking shit.
Like that was that one with
the house
that broke into the house and there's electricity still, so obviously it wasn't abandoned. Yeah. This one, wow. Wow. I could just imagine these two people who've never done this before. What if they'd gotten hurt? What if they'd fallen through the floor?
Yeah.
Down to the basement. So that's going to be at least a 10, 12-foot drop minimum onto what? Because I can guarantee it's not bare concrete down there.
Yeah.
A lot of debris. And then what would they do? Have to call for help?
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, your partner down there, dead, broken.
Yeah.
Newbies. You take newbies to something like that in the dark. That's just foolishness.
Yeah.
Dude, if this is what you do, you're right. You should quit because it's wrong. It's wrong and it's dangerous. And there's nothing that gets me fired up faster than that.
Yeah. And just the sheer stupidity of it.
Yeah. Whew. So, we will put the links to this episode. If you want to watch it, by all means. But if you're looking for ghosts, don't.
No.
It's a waste of your time. Really, it's a prime example of what not to do.
Yeah.
It's definitely definitely what not to do.
Yeah.
We watch these things so you don't have to. Let's put it that way. Like, holy God. Holy God. Okay, folks.
Enough of this.
That's it for now. Thanks for joining us today.
Happy hunting.
Catch you on the next one. Happy hunting. Bye now.